Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am the Diamond Duchess. How you doing? Okay. Hope everyone's doing well. I can hear a kitty cat. Go away. I'm busy. What you want? Just because I started talking don't mean shit. You've been fed. Hello. Yeah, that's great. Okay. So, first things first. We are on to a new kit. I finished the frog from Diamond Dots, and we are now doing a Diamond Art Club. Of course we're doing a Diamond Art Club. This one is You Must Believe from Mandy Manzano, Diamond Art Club. It's a 43 by 32. It has 29 colours. Now, I wasn't actually going to do this one next. I had another one all set up. Let me tell you about that one. Right after we finish picking our next colour, which is 14. I'm doing this late in the day. I'm running late. I kinda fell asleep. My nanny nap raged out of control. Sorry, need a drink. Not that I'm a nanny, but I have nanny naps. So, now with the kit that I was going to do after I finished the frog, it was one from Evershine from AliExpress. It had pink lilies, like a greeny swampy background sort of thing, and it was a close-up of these lilies. It was very pretty, and I thought, okay, I'll do that. It was only a small one, maybe about this size, maybe a little bit bigger. I thought, okay, I'll do something other than Diamond Art Club for a little bit. So I kitted that up. That was all fine. All the colours were there. I checked all that. I check them when they come in, but I check it again when I open it all up. It was all fine. It had 40 colours. A lot for a small kit, but the more the better. And so started doing that yesterday, and then come yesterday afternoon I was almost finished the very first square. Okay, I come across a symbol, and it was of a 3-leaf clover. You know that symbol? And I thought, okay, we'll do this one next. Almost finished the square. And I look for what number this 3-leaf clover is. I can't find it down the side on the legend. I thought, okay, it's got to be there. It has to be there. So I thought, maybe I'm mistaking it for something else. Had another look. Nope. I thought, okay, well, I'll just go on to something else. And I came across a nice clear symbol. Like, the canvas is clear. Canvas was clear. Little dark in places, but still readable. Like, I don't use a light pad. I don't like light pads. For those that do use them, that's fine. Not my thing. Anyway, I come across the symbol. I thought, okay, it's a P, and it was on a light blue background. Probably a little darker than that, but it was clearly a P. And I thought, okay, it's a P. Let's look for that. No P's. I seen an F, on a grey background. And you know how sometimes on the cheaper kits, what you see here is a little bit different to what you see here. Well, I thought, okay, well maybe the F is meant to be a P, you know, and it's just what have you. And I thought, that's a big difference. I thought, no, maybe I won't. And I ended up, I'm glad I double checked. And I thought, okay, I'll try and find all these colours on this kit and match them up with what's down the side. So I peeled back the paper and I started going through all the symbols and seeing that I could find the ones on the legend. I found all 40 symbols on the legend on the canvas. I found them. I found what they look like. I found where they're meant to go. Why did I have 4 extra symbols on this kit? I don't mean for one-offs. I mean there were like patches of these symbols. I had 4 extra symbols on this kit. And those symbols were definitely not down the side. So I had to get in contact with the company, because I bought this kit a while back. Even if they can just tell me what colours they're meant to be via DMC codes, I've probably got them in my extras. That's fine. They don't need to send me extra drills. I'm happy with just tell me what DMC code they're meant to be so I can match it up. And of course I contact them, and of course it's Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year or whatever they're having over there at the moment. So I thought, right, I'm not sitting with a kit out waiting for a response that could take up to a month. So I packed that kit back away and we pulled this one out. I had a couple others that I was going to do, but I thought, no, I'll get rid of a DAC. It's just a little DAC. We'll do this one. So I bagged the other one up this morning, put all that away, that was fine. So we've pulled this one out and we're going to do this one. So we're on a DAC. After this one though, I may not. I might do a big, because I wanted to do another small one before I get back into a big one. So I'll do this one. Turn. So I'll do this one and then we'll get into a big kit next. I don't know what kit I'm gonna do. We might do that Indian woman that I showed in my stash last week from Ever Moment, because we all know their kits are good. So I might do that next week once I finish this one. So okay, so that's the story of that one. So that was a bit dramatic. So yeah, that was painful. I've never had a kit do that to me. I've had symbols I can't read. But never extra symbols that aren't on the legend. And like I had all 40 colours in the drills. I didn't have extra drills. I didn't have extra colours. I didn't have extra bags. Everything was there that was meant to be there. But there's extra symbols on the canvas. And I don't know. So, if anybody's ever had that trouble, let me know. And it's not like it's a canvas that everybody gets, that I could just go to like a diamond painting Facebook page and go, hey, has anybody got this? What's this symbol? Because it's just not something that I've seen someone else do. Like I said, it's like water lilies with a greenish, swampy, jungly background. Yeah, with the pink lilies, with the pink water lilies. And I thought, that's very pretty. So I got that ages ago now. Would have been last year, easy. So there's that story. Now, so how are you all doing? Have I asked you that yet? I'm still a bit meh. I had a nanny nap this afternoon. Like I said, it raged out of control. I was a bit tired. You have those days where you just can't keep your eyes open. You just need to sleep. I had one of those days. I actually went and lied down. And me and my partner had been fussing at each other over some drama. Nothing major. Just us. And I was lying in bed. And I just dozed off and I heard a noise. And I thought it was the bedroom door, and I sort of opened my eyes and I'm like, was that you, babe? And he's like, yeah. And he came back in and he's like, I just wanted to come and say sorry, I got cranky. I'm like, oh, now I can't be cranky at you. So we're all good. Our fussing doesn't last long. We don't have, I don't like to say that we fight, we fuss. Because it's not really a fight. We get cranky with each other. We say what we need to say. It doesn't get nasty. We know each other as stubborn as the other one. So we know there's no point actually arguing because we know neither of us are backing down. So we usually say what we need to say and just walk away. And then come back to it and talk it out. And that's when it gets resolved without drama. So it works for us. It works for us. So after he came in and he woke me up, I sort of thought, oh, should I get back up? And I thought, I'm awake again now. And I should have got back up, but I didn't. I thought, no, I'll lie here for a bit. And I actually said to him, I said, I might get back up. Yeah, 4 hours later and I'm still in bed. I'm like, get off. So yes. Okay, speaking of diamond paintings before, I finished the frog, as you can tell, because I'm on a new one. I framed up the last one. Actually, I should have taken photos. I didn't take photos of it all framed. I did a completion video that's up for the Diamond Dots frog. And I framed it all up this morning and I gave it to Mum this morning. Oh, she loved it. She loved it. She loves frogs. So that is now on her wall in the kitchen above the brekkie bench, sort of at the side of the brekkie bench where the bench joins the wall. So she can see that when she's in the kitchen, because she likes to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Not that she cooks, that's just where she likes to stand and she can look out the window. And because my mum's, even though she's like 70 something, she's still really active and she cleans. She likes cleaning. She's always loved cleaning. That woman is strange. Strange woman. Loves cleaning. I'm nothing like her. So yeah, that's where she can stand in the kitchen where she usually likes to be, and she can see it when she walks in and walks out of the kitchen. The the light hits it over night time from the kitchen and makes it all sparkle and shine. She can enjoy that. It's next to her. I did her a John Wayne one. She loves John Wayne as well. So that's next to a John Wayne one. That was a bit of a mess. Let's sort them out. So yeah, I had a spare frame because it wasn't a big picture. I just had a spare frame, threw it in this frame, and the frame already had like your mounting around the side, like the piece that goes between the picture and the frame. So it was white, and because the frog picture was greens, yellows and browns, I wanted a black sort of border. So I just painted the matting, nothing fancy, and it looked quite nice. It did the job. So yes, did that. Next subject. Is my phone / computer fixed? Nope. Have I gone and seen them? Nope. Still haven't done that. Yeah, I know, I'm lazy. I like to call it unorganised, okay? Leave me alone. That's what I call it, is unorganised. It's not lazy, I'm just unorganised. So that's not fixed yet. What do I think of the diamond dots? I did a video on it. For those that haven't seen the video, it's a good brand, but it's an expensive brand. Well, I got mine from Spotlight, so I don't know about anywhere else. I know you can't buy the diamond dots online. You've actually got to buy them in a store, like from a store, which is a shame, because I reckon sometimes it's better just to buy online. Oh, sorry, trying to readjust myself here. So they were a bit expensive when I bought them. Had a bit of trash in it, but generally it was alright. Would I buy it again? No, I would not. Just basically because of the price, and there was a few concave drills, but mainly because they're so dear. And if I'm going to spend that money, I want to spend it on Diamond Art Club, just because I don't know, something about Diamond Art Club I like better. I don't know what. You know how when you just have a favourite and you can't explain it? Well, Diamond Art Club's my favourite, and I can't explain it. So there's that. Something else I wanted to talk about too was, have you ever seen, now I don't know about people in other countries, but here in Australia, I know at the moment there's an ad for, it's called Alien Tape. Now, there's also other names for it. It's a double-sided tape, and apparently, like in the ad, they're like attaching bricks to walls with it, and the bricks stay there, and all this sort of stuff, like apparently, and then you can just peel it off and there's no damage to your wall. And I bought some off AliExpress, not expecting much. Oh my god, that stuff's brilliant. Like seriously, I used that the other day when I was doing my nails. I thought, oh, I'll pull this double-sided tape out when I'm sorting out my nail sizes, just so I'm not get my nail sizes all mixed up and everything, and I was just attaching the nails to this double-sided tape, and you know, it peeled off. I could peel the nails, like pick the nails off it quite easy. Like they stuck really good, but to peel them off, you didn't have any residue on them. The tape didn't break, it didn't lift. And then to take the tape off the actual desk, no dramas. But it was like really stuck there when it was there, but to like peel it off. You know that stuff when you go through a magazine and it has that glue stuff for like your samples, and like the sample packs are like stuck there really, really good, but that tape stuff comes off really well. What is that? I don't know what that is. Stuff. It's like that. It is really like that. It's really, really good. Also, speaking of, well, I go from one thing to another. It's not like I'm speaking of diamond painting. We've been there and we're coming back to it, and then talking about something else and coming back to it. I ordered some mystery diamond paintings from AliExpress. I don't know what they're going to be like, but I thought I'd try. I think I only paid like $5 for one. I think I paid $10 for one and then $5 for another one. I think one's a 50 by 60 and one's a 40 by 50. I might be wrong. But yeah, so I ordered them. Hopefully they'll be here in a couple of months. I say month. It usually takes about a month for AliExpress to get to us. But because of the whole Chinese New Year, I'm expecting like a 2-month wait. It's okay, I've got enough to keep me going anyway. It's not like I'm in a hurry. So, you ever start a symbol and then go, wait a minute, what am I doing? You know, I just had that moment. So yeah, mystery diamond painting. I'm kind of curious. Pick that up. Curious to see. I swear to God, if I just get, because I've seen a lot of the mystery diamond paintings and all they are space scenes, like galaxies and planets and things like that. And then there's other ones you look at and you can't even tell what they are. If I get one of them, I'm going to be so shitty. But I've seen a couple where they have actual pictures, which is good. And I sort of went through and read the comments and everything, and I thought, oh, that sounds alright. So, yeah, got a couple of them. So we'll see what they're like. Look forward to sharing that with you. I do. Oh, whatever. What else? I had a friend of mine's birthday on Saturday that we went to, me and Barry. Went round there and played some cards. We're very exciting, we are. It's called old age, guys. I'm 39. Actually, I'm not even 39 yet, I'm still 38. Remember when you were young and you'd like go out and then you'd see like these 38, 39-year-olds and it'd be like, what are those old people doing at the pub? You'd be like, go home and knit or something. And now I am that old person. And I'm like, I don't want to go to the pub. I don't want to go clubbing. I don't know how anybody has energy for it. Or you walk into like a club or something now and like people stare at you as if to say, what are you doing here? You are old. Motherfucker, I'm not old. I refuse to be old. No, I'm not worried about my age. I don't think. I feel old. I felt old 10 years ago. Well, Dad had his telehealth conference the other day. Sort of jumping all over the place with topics. Dad had his telehealth conference the other day. Oh, look, these doctors and that, they're pissing me right off. So, I'd forgotten to go and get Dad's blood test done. We were meant to do that Thursday, Friday. Well, I'd completely forgotten about it. So it was the following Wednesday when we had the telehealth conference, and I got up that morning, I'm like, shit. So I got Dad, and I'm like, cool, we gotta go. I've got to get you up to the doctors, we'll get the blood tests done, and then, we'll head up to the telehealth conference. And so we went up to we got in the car, went to go up towards the highway, because you've got to cross the highway, because it's only a small town. Got to cross the highway to get to the hospital. You go across from Mum's place, you go straight up the road, you cross the highway, you go down a little bit, you turn to your left, stop at the railway, cross the railway, hospital's right there. So, it's only a small town. Why did it take me 20 minutes to get to the hospital? It doesn't take 20 minutes to get across the town from one side to the other. So we get in the car, we're heading up towards the highway. Dad goes, road's closed. I'm like, oh bugger. I said, they must be doing road works, righto. I said, righto, well, we'll go down here and we'll go up here, and, they won't have it closed up here. So we turn to our right, we drive down a couple of blocks, and we turn back up towards the highway, and they've got that section of the highway closed off too. I'm like, oh, fucking. So I turn around, I got all the way back to the main part of town, so the main street, and I got on the highway that way. Like, you could drive down the highway. There was traffic controllers and that there, just slowing traffic, because they had one lane that they were doing up. So they had the traffic controller there, directing traffic, all the rest of it. That was fine. So we stopped, we're waiting for the traffic controller to let us go through. That was fine. They let us go through, we're driving up the highway. Dad's like, you're not going to be able to cross over this railway to get to the hospital. I went, I should be able to. I said, the roadworks is way back there. The motherfuckers had this fucking railway section closed off. And I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, my father learnt some new words that day. So I had to drive all the way out to the airport, because there was nowhere to turn around, because they had all the side roads closed. So I had to drive all the way out to the airport to turn around. And Dad said, well, once you get out to the airport, just drive back in that dirt road. Meanwhile, I'm in our Commodore with low profile tyres on. I mean, she's a low car. I'm like, I don't want to go over that road. He said, oh, it'll be right. I'm like, okay. So I went over this road, and I'm just steadily going over it. I thought all I need is a rock to flick up. But we got over this road without drama, thank Christ. Finally get to the hospital. We pull up. Now, we were to get the blood test done, and then we were going to go up to the clinic to do the telehealth conference, because we got the blood test done at the hospital. The telehealth conference was at the family medical practice clinic up the main part of town. And then we had a doctor's appointment upstairs. So I can be put on a carer's pension because I am now Dad's full-time carer. We pull up at the hospital. This is a bad day. We pull up at the hospital. I get a phone call. And I'm like, if they've cancelled this telehealth conference, I'm going to be pissed. Anyway, it was the family medical practice. Hi, I'm sorry. Is this Alana? I'm like, yes. Yes, I'm sorry, but we've double booked your dad today. And I'm like, what? She's like, oh yes, he's got a telehealth appointment at 10. No, at 10. And I'm like, yeah. She said, and then he's got a doctor's appointment at 11:30. I'm like, yeah. She said, yes, we've double booked. I said, but they're like an hour and a half apart. And she went, oh yes, but Medicare, because we get Medicare in Australia, where we don't have to pay for appointments and medical and all that sort of fun stuff. She's like, they only will pay for one appointment per day. And I'm like, well, that's your stupid fault for booking it and not telling me. She's like, can we reschedule that? And I'm like, yes. So I rescheduled that. That was all fine. I thought, well, that's one less thing we had to do today. Or last week. So we went in, got his blood test done. That was all fine. That went all easy. I rung to let them know that we'd be a little bit late to the telehealth conference. That all the running around that we'd done trying to get to the hospital via the highway, because that's the only way to get to the hospital. So yeah, and the chick goes, yep, right, I'll let such and such know. So we finally get down to the clinic after we do the blood tests, finally get to the telehealth conference with Dad's chemo doctor, and we see the cancer coordinator that was filling in for the normal lady we see, and I can't think of her name. And she's like, oh, hi, I'm such and such, I'll be filling in for whoever. And we're like, yeah, great, sorry we're late. Oh, that's all right, I've just told them to ring back. And I'm like, okay. She takes us into the room. She goes, oh, we'll just go and weigh your father first. Dad has put on about 10 kg in the past 2 months, which is flipping awesome. It is awesome. He was down to like 53 kg and we were stressing because he wasn't eating. Now he's back up to like 63 kg, which is 63 point something kg. So yeah, that's like really awesome. And anyway, she tells us that's good news. She's like, oh, just waiting on the doctor to come back down. I'm thinking, like, the doctor from upstairs. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, we didn't have one come down last time. We just spoke to old mate on the TV. And I thought, oh, well, they know what they're doing. And so anyway, we're waiting. And she goes, oh, I'll set up this telehealth conference and we'll get started with that. And I'm like, yep, righto, that's fine. And so we get on the phone with the doctor, Dad's doctor in Townsville. And he's asking how Dad's doing, and yep, all that good stuff. He's doing okay now. He's back on the tablets. Everything's going great. And this GP still hasn't shown up, and it's not the usual GP that Dad sees, because he's left. So anyway, this doctor's like, oh okay, I've just got to wait for the blood test results to tell you whether we can put him back on these tablets, you know, rah rah rah. I said, yeah, sorry, we didn't get them done till today. That was all good and fine. And so this cancer coordinator lady, she's like, would you like me to just get the doctor to ring you? And old mate's like, okay, when we have the results. And he's like, okay. I'm like, why can't he just ring me? They go straight through to him anyway. Like, okay. Anyway, she sorted that out. We get off the telehealth conference. The GP comes down. And we hear him out in the hallway. And the cancer care coordinator like puts her head outside. She's like, oh, hi, I'm such and such. I'm filling in for rada rada. And they're talking, and he's like, well, why do I have to call the cancer doctor? Well, he said his name, but I'm not going to use his name. He said he's on the same system we are. And I'm thinking to myself, I thought, this bitch has got no clue what she's doing. And she said, oh, would you like me to call him back? And the GP's like, no, it's all right. He said, righto, well, I'll call. I thought, is this dude even going to come in and talk to us? Well, what's he coming down for? Who invited him anyway? Anyway, she comes back in to write down some numbers or something for him that he needs. He comes in, barely acknowledges us, doesn't ask how Dad's doing or nothing. And he's like, right, I'll just give you a call when I get the results. I'm like, okay. He walks out. He goes, I hear him, and he goes, I'll try to remember to ring at lunch to see what the specialist wants to do. And I just looked at this cancer care coordinator, and I'm like, well, that's comforting. She went, what's that? I went, he'll try to remember. I'm like, you know, this is like not just a common cold, like Dad's got cancer. He's dying from cancer. And she's like trying to cover for him, and she's like, oh, well, I'll give him a call around lunch to remind him and make sure he does it, and rah, rah, rah. I'm like, yeah, righto. Because Dad can't go back on his tablets at this stage. Dad couldn't go back on his tablets until we get the okay from the doctor. If he doesn't go back on the tablets, he's got 3 to 6 months to live. That's what we've been told. So anyway, this cancer care coordinator, like, she's the one that called him down. She's the one that wanted him there for this conference. And she's like, oh, I'll give him a call around lunch to make sure he's rung. And then she looks at me and she went, what was his name again? I'm just like, bitch, I don't know. How the fuck am I supposed to know? You're the one that wanted him down here. I was getting so shitty. Dad's like, oh man, she's going to fucking flip a switch in a minute. Dad didn't know what to do. I was getting so shitty. Because it was just so flippin' unorganised. Like, nobody knew anything. I'm like, do we even have to come? Like, we got nothing out of the specialist. Though that was our fault because didn't get the bloods in time. But yeah, just everything else was so unorganised. She didn't even know the name of the doctor she had come down. Like, seriously, what was he even there for? Like, The specialist could have just rung me when he got the results and went, yep, you know, I've sent the script through, you can go and pick it up. You know, and that was basically all we needed to do. And I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, sorry about this, you know, rah, rah, rah. I'm like, She said, I know it's frustrating. And I'm like, you're frustrated. I didn't say that to her. I should have done. But she was just so unorganised compared to our usual coordinator. Like, our usual coordinator's like on the ball. She will ask questions that you don't even think to ask, and like, she's good. Our usual one's really good. Love her to death. Woman's got green hair, but love her to death. It suits her. She's one of those ladies that suits though. Yeah, and she's just, but she was out sick, so that was our day. And then we were meant to go up for the appointment that they rescheduled to get Dad on, to get me on carer's pension for Dad. We were meant to do that tomorrow. That got rescheduled last week. We were meant to do it last week, got rescheduled on the Wednesday, about 2 hours before we were meant to go up. But it got rescheduled for tomorrow. Why is the bitch ringing me today going, can we reschedule that? I got shitty. I'm like, this is the second time that this has been rescheduled. Why this bitch getting shitty with me on the phone? She got no right to be shitty with me. Oh, I hate this woman up there. Like, people get sick, doctors get sick just like we do, I know. But this woman, I can't cop this woman. Like, if it had have been anyone else up there that had a rung and went, can we reschedule? I would have been like, yep, that's fine, you know. Doctor's sick, okay. But this bitch, can't stand this bitch. She's just rude. And I'm like, yep. She's like, oh, so sorry about this. I'm like, I don't care. Just hurry up. Let me get off the phone. And that's when me and Barry were like fussing at each other anyway, so I wasn't in the best of mood, so she got me in a bad mood to start with. Okay, next subject. That was a big tangent, that was. But in short, Dad's doing okay. He's back on his tablets. We got his tablets. So that was all fine. When we actually went up to get his tablets, I took him to the chemist, which is like right underneath the clinic where we had to pick the script up from. And so I said to Dad, I said, right, I will get them filled at the clinic instead of the hospital. It's right here. Went in, and the chemist there where we go, he's really good. And he actually said to me, he said, oh, we don't carry that in stock at the moment. And I'm like, oh, bugger. He said, I'll ring the hospital for you. He said, they might have some in stock. And I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome. And he said, I'll give them a call for you, save you going up. You know, rada, which was really, really good of him. He didn't have to. He could have just sent us up there. But he gave him a call for us, which was really nice of him. And I really appreciated that. And the hospital said, yeah, we've got them. And they actually already had a script up there for Dad anyway. They had repeats from last time. So he sorted that out. That'd be ready the next morning for us. So that was really good of our chemist to do that. He bends over backwards for you, that chemist. He's brilliant. Love him to death. But then the next morning I said to Mum, I said, okay, we've got to go up and get Dad's tablets from the hospital. And she's like, yep, okay. So we drove up there. I said, you stay in the car in the aircon. I said, I'll go in and I'll get the tablets. And she's like, okay. And I went in and seen the chemist there. She said, yep, not a problem. She said, I'll just go and grab them. And then she came back. She's like, unfortunately, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. I'm like, is anything gonna go right for us? She said, we've only got 1 week's worth. She said, we're getting more in. She said, they should be here next week. She said, they'll be here before he runs out. She said, I'll get your phone number. We'll give you a call when they're ready. She said, you can come pick them up. I'm like, yep, no dramas, all good. Hopefully we hear from her tomorrow, because Dad, oh no, Dad won't, oh look, got these beads going everywhere. Drills, beads, same thing. Where'd that, it's on my boob. Get off my boob. So yeah, Dad will start them on Thursday. The second lot on Thursday, because he does 1 week on, 2 weeks on, sorry, 1 week off. And then we should have another telehealth conference, see how he's going, get his bloods done. I'll try and remember to get them done on time this time. And yeah, then we go from there. So he only got 1 week's worth, so we'll have to go up again this week sometime and get the rest of them. So that'll be okay. What else? What else? Told you about, oh, that friend of mine that had the birthday the other day, she got her daughter a flippin' puppy. What sort of puppy? It's a Shar-Pei. Now, I've never heard of this. It is a Shar-Pei cross dachshund. How the hell do you get a breed like that? Like, seriously. How does it get up there to do its business? Maybe it was the other way around and it had to get down to do its business. But anyway, it's Shar-Pei cross dachshund. It's a cute puppy, it really is. But it's a fluff ball. And I've taken one look at this pup. And I'm like, that dog is going to get so hot out here. You want to shave it. Actually, those dogs I don't think you should shave, because then they can't regulate their body temperature. I know that's with huskies. Huskies can actually die if you shave them. They can. Because they don't know how to regulate body temperature or something. But yeah, this dog, it's little as, and it's a fluff ball, and it's like a black brindle. It's got patches of flicks of brown through it, and it's the cutest little thing. And her daughter's 16 now. I had to think then. She just had her 16th birthday. You know, my friend paid $600 for this dog. She paid $600 for this dog, and it hasn't even had its needles. Apparently they wanted something like $1,800 for the pups. And my friend's like, oh, well, we can get its needles done. And the lady, I think, knows them, and she's like, oh, I'll let you take it for $600. And I'm like, $600 for that thing? I think the most I've ever paid for a dog was $250, and that was for Halo that I have now. And she's Catahoula Cross Bull Arab. I think that was the most. $250, $150. Might have only been $150. That's the most I ever paid for a dog. I would not be paying $600 for this dog. No way in the world. Not doing it. Dogs come down sick far too often, and I I find the more you pay for a dog, the more likely it's going to need a vet throughout its life. The more drama that little thing's going to cost you. So yeah, you won't catch me paying that much for a dog, but you know, they want to do it, that's fine. So she's got herself a dog. She wants to name it Shadow. I hate the name. I'm like, find another name for it. I said, I hate that name on dogs. It's a stupid name. Well, it's not a stupid name. Like, I shouldn't say that. It's not a stupid name. It's not something I would call my dog. Like, I like short, quick names. Like, I've got Halo, and Halo gets shortened to Hales. Like, she comes to both. And then I've got Shyla, but she gets called Shy. Or Shy. Shadow, I find, is just, I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't like it. Each to their own. Each to their own. She wants to name her dog Shadow. I like cool sounding names. Shadow's just, no. No. But anyway. We were going through names when I was there at my friend's the other night for her birthday. And I'm like, what about this name? What about that name? And we're both going through names on, like, Google. And she's like, but I want to name it Shadow. And my friend's like, I like the name Shadow. And I'm like, I can't remember what I found a name that I thought suited it. Like, Shadow just doesn't, it might just be because it doesn't suit the dog that I don't like the name. You know how sometimes you're like, that's a cool name, and then other times you're like, that name does not suit that dog. Or that name doesn't suit that cat. I'm sure someone's sitting out there going, well, your dogs have stupid names. They probably do. But they suit their names. I don't know. Like I said, each to their own. So, she wants to name the dog Shadow. So there's a dog named Shadow. But it's cute, but it's so fluffy. She's going to have to keep it in the aircon all the time. That dog is going to... She's going to have to buy an extra fridge for it. I said, why in the world do you want such a fluffy dog in Longridge? I mean, during summer we get temperatures of 45 degrees. Mate, that dog's going to die of heat exhaustion. So yes. I don't know, what else? Did that. I went to bingo the other night. I've got a list over here of things I was going to talk about. None of it overly exciting. So if you've made it this far, yay! Thank you. Nothing really happened this week, so, you know, if you're still listening, well, congratulations, you've got the patience of a saint. Yeah, so I went to bingo on Thursday. Won about $25. Cost about $27 to play, I think. I get a full sheet. There's like 5 games to a sheet, and there's 10, 15, 16 like games while you're playing. We start at 7, we don't get out until after 9, so, you know, $27 for a few hours. cheaper than sitting there for that long on the pokies. And you get to socialise. I like doing it for the socialisation. Not that I socialise with many people, it's mainly just me and my friend. And her daughter. I have one main friend in town. I don't like a lot of friends. I am a very solitary person. Sometimes I can't even deal with my one friend. Sometimes she's too much. But she understands that. She's good. Oh, well guys, that's about it, I think. I think. I'm almost done with this square. And Survivor's on TV, and not Survivor. The Amazing Race. The Amazing Race is almost on, and I want to watch it. So I'm going to love yous and leave yous. Right after I finish this colour. And what have we got coming up this week? We have What's in My Stash Wednesday. I don't know what I'm doing for that. I'm hoping those DP with sparklers order come in, because that's a big order. That's going to be a nice video. It's going to be lots of sparkles. What is that symbol? H. Is that a H? Is that a H? That's a H. So yeah, I was hoping that'd be in today. If it's not in today, hopefully tomorrow, because it was in Sydney on the 10th. And usually it only takes a couple of days to go from Sydney to here. But I know different parts have had flare-ups with the coronavirus. So that sort of puts a halt on things. So, yes. 28. Let's finish this little square before I let just go. So, what has everyone been up to? Hopefully everyone's staying safe with the virus. We've had a few flare-ups here in Australia. Nothing major, I don't think, that I've heard of. 14, and we are done. Done. For our first square. So yeah, so we've got righto guys, that's our first square now. Oh, no it's not. I just found one. I just found two. So we've got 12. So we've got What's in My Stash Wednesday. Don't know what I'm doing for that yet. Hopefully DP with sparklers will come in, or I'll have that unboxing for you this week. And then I will have, I won't say should have, I will have up on Friday, Freaky Friday. I knew I had a name for that video. Last week was Min Lights. Hope everyone liked that. This week I'm not too sure. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I shall find something. I don't just want to do like aliens or ghosts or things like that. I want to do something particular. That's my roller, by the way. Just solid resin, whatever it is. That's my roller. Roll him down. And then we just chomp this off. Oh, I gotta go and do dinner yet. Oh. Good thing it's already cooked, I just gotta reheat. Righto guys, well that is me for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's sit that up there so it doesn't fall. So where are you? Let's move that. So that is the one that out. I'm trying to readjust everything here. So that's the one that I'm doing now. The little ducky. Move him up there for the time being. And like I said, this one's called You Must Believe by Mandy Manzano. You've got little Kung Fu Panda down there with his seafood. Like I said when I unboxed it, not seafood, seafood. 29 colours, no ABs, nothing special in this one besides the DP itself. So we'll see how it turns out. I love all the swirls of Mandy Manzano and I love the blues and the fact that this tree and a little panda and the little seafood with his stick. So that's meant to be what it looks like. Let's get the glare out of there. There you go. And I just have that off to the side. Righto. So that's it. I'm gonna let you go and we'll see you on Wednesday for what's in my stash. Righto guys, have a good night, day, morning, weekend. No, not weekend, it's the start of the week, Jesus. Righto guys, have a good one. See ya, bye.